What's going on, y'all? So we got some freaking good news today, if you ask me. I mean, pretty freaking good news going on here. And that has to do with the whole Paimon situation, dude. The Paimon situation that has been completely freaking bonkers going on here with the voice actors on the English dub of Genshin Impact. And that is that we might be looking at a potential recast of the Paimon voice actor. By the way, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps out tremendously. Thank you very much. Now, I know a lot of y'all may not care about this because a lot of y'all do not play on, English voice. A lot of y'all, even if y'all are English speaking people, y'all go down here and y'all go to language and y'all choose probably Japanese because y'all watch anime. Don't get me wrong, I watch plenty of anime too, and I always watch my anime in Japanese with subtitles. But some of y'all, a lot of y'all probably just go straight here and just pop the Japanese one on. That's what a lot of y'all do anyway, even if you speak English. But for us English speaking people who have been playing the game in English, this is very substantial news for us. However, don't get your hopes up too high just yet because this isn't anything that's necessarily guaranteed. I'm not sure why I'm in this library, by the way. Oh, I was doing the Imaginary Theater. I was like, why am I in the library? But let's play this video here, this snippet of Karina Boatger, who is the voice actor, the current voice actor for Paimon. Let's go ahead and play this little snippet here so that we can see what we're talking about. So let's go ahead and run this. So this was an interview that was done by, I believe this guy's name is Paper Bag or something like that. But pretty much he's just asking her what the next roles are, and this is her response to it. And so we'll dive into it after that. But here, let y'all watch it real quick.
So, are there any new major roles coming up for you soon, or is it still just going to be Paimon? I know you're not voicing Paimon at the moment, but is there any new roles that you have coming up?
Correct. After Jacob was replaced, I sent notice to Hoyo saying that I would no longer voice Paimon until they became union, so they'll probably just replace me.
Well, that's the thing. So apparently, she said that until Hoyo becomes union, which that's not going to happen. They're not going to become union. So that's not going to happen. She said that she told Hoyo that she would no longer voice Paimon until they become union. That was what she said. Now, that does not mean that all of a sudden she is recast until there's a official word. I said like a official word. It's not an official word. Until there's official word from Hoyo themselves that says that she has been recast. She has not been recast. So that's that. However, there's a 0% chance that Hoyo is going to join the union. So one of these is going to have to break, right? One of these is going to have to go this way or that way. Either way. But as of right now, this looks good for the English dub because of all I've made, I think, 2 videos on this. And like, I don't wish any ill will upon these people or anything like that, but it's just bad. You can't treat people the way they did, that they treated others, that they treated the Jacob guy, all of them. It wasn't just Paimon, but Paimon's definitely like the worst of them. But it wasn't just Paimon. The other people need to be held accountable as well, honestly speaking. But y'all know that I spoke before about this, and I mentioned that I have stopped supporting Genshin at all. So I've completely lost taste for it. I stopped putting money into it, and until they do something with these voice actors, because I cannot support it morally. Morally, I cannot support that. Plain and simple. Even if I want these characters, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, it's just gonna have to wait because morally, and I'm someone who's very, I'm someone who's got pride, who's got morals, and who's got dignity. You know what I'm saying? So if I can't agree with something, then I'm not agreeing with it. I'm like plain and simple. Like that's just how it works. And everything within me with this whole situation says don't support this. So I haven't been. And so this is good news to see, especially coming up with since Naya coming up around the corner. We're getting Skirk soon. Like we're entering this part of the story where it's really going to start ramping up. Which also brings the question of,
So this is a day in the life
if they are to recast Paimon, Paimon
learning more about you all the time.
is a character that is in everything for the last freaking, what, 4 years, right? Or 5, well, 4+ years, right? It's about 4+ years. Stop, not quite 5. For 4+ years. So you have to essentially go back and recast and revoice all that. So I don't know how eager Hoyo is going to be to do that, which also makes me, not too sure on how this whole thing's going to go, on if they are going to recast her or not, or what is going to be met here.
I only wish
So
I
I'm
could
pretty
be
much telling y'all not to like
more.
jump ahead and get too excited about this, because there's a very strong possibility that maybe she doesn't get recasted. Maybe they agree to some sort of thing. I don't know, but but like that wouldn't work because she is part of the union, and so they have to go through the union to negotiate anything with her. So I don't really know how it's going to work out, but nonetheless, hearing that from her gives a little bit of hope for those of us who have been following this situation and have seen all the ill practice and the terrible things that were done, and just the outlandish behavior, not only from Paimon but from multiple other English voice actors, with like Kaching and Candace and some other voice actors as well. The whole situation was a complete and utter mess, and you cannot reward this behavior. You cannot reward this behavior, y'all. That's why the world that we live in right now is so freaking messed up in the first place. Because people reward this type of behavior. You cannot reward this type of behavior. Plain and simple, bruv. You cannot do it, so stop doing it. But figured I'd give y'all an update there. Hopefully we'll see what happens with this situation. But now y'all have the news. Y'all know how I feel about it. If you want to dive in deeper to a bit more of it, I did release like 2 previous videos. I think it was 2 videos where I kind of talk about it. It was like Genshin's Rune or some other sort. I'll try to put them in the description, I guess. But I did make 2 other videos that does cover some of this. So if you're kind of wondering about the context of it, you can find it in those videos as well. But that's about all for this one. So be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. Let me know if you're convinced that, Paimon is going to get replaced. It wouldn't surprise me if this would be, considering how much of Paimon is a part of the voice acting in the game. It wouldn't surprise me, realistically speaking, if they did have to recast, if they just put it in AI. Because of the sheer amount, having to recast all that, and with Paimon being a pivotal character in the story that has voice lines everywhere, it honestly would not surprise me at all if they took the AI route for Paimon. Wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't even be upset by it, quite frankly. Just honestly, at this point, you need to get that voice actor out of it all. Period. At this point, I'm perfectly fine with AI for Paimon. So, at any rate, yeah, be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about the whole situation. Be sure to like, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Much love. Holla. Spikes content.